Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone, and welcome to the Ha 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 Halal Open Mic Night. My name is Ritu, and I'm a stand-up comedian alongside my day job of being a high school student. And this is the sixth event that I'm hosting in a series called At the Intersection. My goal with the series is to bring together people who have different perspectives and experiences and connect over personal stories in the hopes that we can go into the world being better listeners and community members. So, quick question for the audience. Has anyone here ever been to a Muslim comedy night? No. So, we usually don't think of Islam and humor together. But did you know there's lots of instances of laughter and joking in the Hadith? That's something I'm currently researching, and I'm happy to talk more about that later if that interests you. So how tonight is going to work is I'm going to start off. We have some amazing performers lined up for you, and if you get inspired by any of us for the second half, you too can put your name on the board. I promise it's not scary at all. Everyone here is going to be a great, supportive crowd. We've already seen that tonight. And we already got one, yeah. Okay, so to start off with, when I first approached the board about hosting this event, they asked me, okay, it's going to be in a masjid. We have a certain standard to maintain. Is it going to be PG? And I told them, I'll make it better than PG. I'll make it halal. And that got me thinking. You know how we have IMDb, like the platform for movie ratings? In my family, we don't watch a movie unless it has at least a 6.5 on IMDb. Anyone else like that? Yeah. There you go, yeah. So I started thinking, what if we had IMDb, but for Muslims? We'll call it IMDD, because like D means fake. So before you watch a movie, you go on IMDb and you check out its review. There's a scene where characters are eating a hot dog. No. But a movie where kids are actually being respectful to their parents. Yeah. We want to see more of that, right? Speaking of parents, a lot of you know that I was not born Muslim. I actually converted to Islam 2 years ago. Yeah, my parents reacted very differently. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's been an amazing journey. So first, when I told my parents, they thought I was joking, you know, because I'm a stand-up comedian. But eventually they realized, out of all the ways that I could rebel against them in my teenage years, this is the best possible outcome. They're like, okay, we don't have to worry about her partying or drinking in college. She's going to be spending her evening studying Quran with a nice group of sensible sisters. In fact, I think they're secretly hoping my younger brother follows in my footsteps. He's like, what? This is news to me. Yes, for legal reasons, I promise that was a joke. And I know my family's okay with it because they can even joke about it. Like, my full name is Ritu Madhura Balani. And the other day, my mom was filling out a passport renewal form. She pauses and she looks at me. I wonder what Ritu's name will be after she gets married. Maybe she'll be Ritu Muhammad Khan. And before I became Muslim, as a family, we went to the 2017 San Jose Baconland Festival. It is exactly what it sounds like. There is a picture of me smiling, pointing at a poster that reads, bites, bacon, beer. Yeah, my mom says she's gonna use it as blackmail against me when I get older. Also, I keep seeing these YouTube videos pop up where Muslims are like, trying bacon so you don't have to. Okay, let's just take a minute to let that sink in. Kids, please do not try that at home. Trust me, you're not missing out on anything. So, as a family, we just got back from a cruise to Mexico. Anyone else has ever done some kind of cruise like that? Yeah. So you know what it is. It's the kind of vacation where you're doing a lot of going to beaches, doing snorkeling, drinking coconut water right out of the coconut, all that good stuff. And before the cruise, I decided that I wanted to wear a modest swimsuit. It was a personal decision. No one forced me into it, just what I thought I'd be most comfortable in. So, I'll just remove this.
That'd be better.
Yeah, sorry for the audio issues.
You just have to yell.
Oh, that's okay, I can project. Yeah, so my mom and I go onto Amazon and we look up Muslim swimsuits for Muslim women. And you'd be surprised by how much variety there is out there. Any sisters know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So I learned words that I didn't even know existed. Like, you've probably heard of burkini, right? But did you know tankini was a thing? You learn new things every day. So the swimsuits arrive, it's all great, except my parents are starting to worry that I'm gonna look a bit out of place being like fully covered on a beach, like looking like Gru from Despicable Me or something. I'm not even joking, like I'm just missing the scarf and that was the look I had. But I actually only got 2 reactions out of it. The first was from a middle-aged Texas woman who comes up to me and goes, "Sweetheart, I just have to tell you this is so cute." And I'm like, okay, stopping Islamophobia one modest swimsuit at a time. Go back. The second reaction, we were at a port, a very busy port in Mexico. And you know how there's these really persistent vendors who are all like fighting to get your attention? They're talking at you so fast, it's like Sonic the Hedgehog. So one guy goes, "Amigos, you want a taxi?" Another guy sees my parents and goes, "Namaste, my friends from India. You want a taxi?" Now, the third guy sees me, sees what I'm wearing, and starts going, "Yalla, yalla!" Like, I'm not even offended, I'm just impressed. Like, he knows his customers. And the funny thing is, Amazon also promotes these swimsuits as skin protection, like from the sun. So I showed it to one of my friends who has a skin condition, and she bought it. So there you go. We really are stopping Islamophobia one modest swimsuit at a time. Yeah. Has anyone here heard of the Netflix show Indian Matchmaking? Yeah? Fans of Hello, Seema from Mumbai. So my family cannot get enough of the reality TV drama of this show. We've binge watched all of the seasons. Anyone else? Yeah. My favorite part is in the first season when a mom uses her high blood pressure to guilt trip her 24-year-old son for not being married yet. Now that is quality television. And then Netflix released Jewish matchmaking. So we watched that too. We learned a lot about Jewish culture. And now I'm just waiting for Netflix to release Muslim matchmaking. Can you imagine what that would be like?
Please don't.
Please no. Yeah, so to get like past that reaction, it needs to have a really good rating on IMDb. Okay, like all the sheikhs in the world have to approve it. And then it has to accurately portray what Muslims go through to get married. Like, anyone here met their spouse through a matchmaker? I know you did. There was a family, the family just matchmaking.
Yeah, family.
Do you think it would make for good television? Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Actually, that's a good idea. If Netflix were to make that, it would have to be family matchmaking. Family matchmaking. I like that. It feels like Ramadan just ended. Anyone else feel like that? So this was my first year fasting for Ramadan. Thank you. And you know, day number 1, right after I pray Fajr, I start to feel thirsty. This is gonna be a problem. Okay, we're just gonna switch over to another mic. Okay, I'll keep this. I don't know what that is.
Turn it off.
No mic. Okay. This is why I go first, and then people after me have an easier time. Thank you. Okay, I was talking about after. Sorry, we're going like analog right now. So after Fajr, you know when you start feeling thirsty and it's like, oh no, this is gonna be a hard day. But after a few hours, I started getting used to it. I was like, ha, who needs food and water? I can do this all day. You know what happens next, right? 1 hour before Maghrib, I am. This is the act, honestly. It's not even me. It's just the microphone.
It's possessed.
It's possessed. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. So you get to that time, like 1 hour before Maghrib, where your energy just runs low, and I was not having it. That day, I actually took a video of myself, like a little Ramadan vlog to look back on and remember. I spent a good 2 minutes just staring at the camera, probably thinking about what I'm gonna eat for iftar. But thankfully, God gave me the strength to do it, and it was a really rewarding experience. So let me leave you with this. When I converted to Islam, this was during COVID times. And I found an unexpected community in a group of Latino Muslims living in LA. A lot of them came from different backgrounds other than Islam, and we connected over personal stories. Should I take that? Okay, perfect. Can you guys hear me? Thank you. So, the great thing about this group is that, they're really understanding, and we would connect over our personal experiences in our weekly Zoom classes. I actually want to shout out one of the members, Isamar, who came with her family all the way from LA. And through this group, I have found a friend and mentor in a woman named Martha Khadija. She actually gifted me my first copy of the Quran. And she was born in Mexico and came to the US over 20 years ago. And there's more than 50 years in age difference between us. But we've been brought together through Islam. And so, similarly, I hope that this evening we can all be brought together through humor and storytelling. And I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you very much.